Welcome back, and today we're building a charcoal filter. And there's lots of times when you may want to filter your spirit, whether you're finishing, whether you've over oaked something, whether you just want to filter it after it's come off the still before you age, any number of reasons. But this is the filter we're going to build today. Big wide open mouth to pour it in, chamber for your filter media, and a needle valve so that you can minutely control the flow. All right, let's get to it. So this build was inspired by, if you saw my video on trying to rescue some over-oaked whiskey, I used this funnel with a coffee filter and some charcoal and, filtered the whiskey through the charcoal a number of times. And I was not very impressed. It did do a little bit of something, but not much. And several of you commented on that video that you can't just run it through like a sieve. You've got to slow down the flow so that the spirit has more interaction with the charcoal. And so after, looking at some examples of some of the filters people built on in our Moonshine for Beginners group and in other places, I decided to build this filter. So let's go over the parts. I had most of these parts laying around because I've been in construction for a long time and I have a lot of construction junk basically everywhere. So here's the parts that I'm using. This is a 4-inch to 3-inch Schedule 40 PVC, and this is a 3-inch PVC pipe. Now this piece probably really isn't necessary. I just wanted to have a bigger mouth I think I do have a big mouth. Just make it easier to pour the spirit into. So you could get away without that. But the second reason is I wanted to be able to filter around a gallon at a time. And this cylinder barely holds a gallon. So putting that on there gives me a little more volume. So 2 reasons to use that. And then we're going to go from a 3-inch to a 2-inch reducer, and then to a 2-inch pipe. And this is where I'm going to put the filtering media or the charcoal. And then we're going to go down to a 2-inch to 1.5 reducer to a 1.5-inch plug with a 1/2-inch female thread so that I can thread in this adapter, which is 1/2-inch male thread to 1/4-inch compression brass fitting. And then we're going to put a little piece of copper in there. And then the magic is this needle valve, which has a 1/4-inch compression fitting on both sides. And the neat thing about these a needle valve is you can very minutely control the flow. So you can open it all the way up to where it's a stream, or you can close it to almost close to where it's just a drip, which is what I think I'm going to be after. Just a couple of drips per second, 2, 3, 4 drips per second to slow it down so that the spirit has more time to interact with the charcoal. So that's basically the build right there. And you can get all of these parts at your local big box hardware store. A couple of these pieces they may be out of because these otter pieces, they're not real good at stocking all the time. So like these 2 pieces for sure they're out of a lot. The needle valves, 70% of the time they're going to have that. So I will put links in the description to Amazon so that you can order these for people that, maybe you live 50 miles from the store and it's easier just to order it in from Amazon. It's just as cheap. You don't, it doesn't save you any money to go to the store anyway. Or if you just like to support STC and use our Amazon links, which is awesome. Thank you very much. So let's get into the build. I'm going to start gluing these pieces together. I'm just going to use PVC cement. I'm not going to be priming it or anything like that. Not necessary with this. We're not trying to meet any codes. And so it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to get this all glued together and then we'll paint it. I almost forgot. I'm also going to be using some copper mesh I'm gonna roll it up real tight, and I'm gonna put it in the bottom down here so that the charcoal doesn't flow through. It gets held up in this chamber right here. And of course the charcoal. So I've got this 1 pound bag from that last project. I'm gonna put all of that in there. My suspicion is that's not going to be enough because I kind of want to fill at least most of this tube with charcoal. So I'll probably be buying another, I don't know, 2 pounds maybe. So yeah, now I'm going to glue this all up. Now I'm going to go ahead at this point, before I glue these last 2 pieces on, I'm going to get this copper mesh in there, because once I get everything all glued together, it's going to be harder to get it in there. Okay, now I'm ready to glue on those last 2 pieces. Okay, so that part is finished. I could go ahead and attach the brass and the copper and start using it, but for this one I want to paint it. Found some copper paint, and I've seen a lot of guys painting their kegs and all kinds of stuff with that copper paint. Looks kind of fun, so I thought this is going to have copper paint on it. So let's go get that done. So it's the next day, and the copper paint has, cured. Probably should give it several days, but I'm a little too impatient. So I didn't paint, obviously, the inside. You don't want to put any paint in there. Now it's time to install our brass and our copper. I've got the MIP fitting with the 1/4 inch compression with the Teflon tape on it, so I can thread that in. This piece you want to make sure is good and tight. Don't want any leaks right here. I also cut off just 2 small copper pieces from that 1 foot 1/4 inch copper, and want to slide the ferrule on. The compression nut. We're going to put the needle valve on with the compression fitting the same way. Make sure all these compression fittings are good and tight so we don't have any leaks. And the last piece of copper. And there it is. Now I was also thinking, yesterday when I was painting and everything, I need a bracket to hold this up, to stand it up. And so I just took this was a piece of 1x12, and I cut it into a pie shape so that I could fasten it into the corner, and I drilled this hole so that it'll rest right there. Now I just need to mount this at the height in which, I can set like a gallon jug or maybe even like a 3-gallon carboy, something like that, on the floor and drip this right into it. So that's what I'm going to do next. So there it is, looking great. I've got a 1-gallon jug sitting right under it. So next I need to flush all of my charcoal, clean it up real good, put it in, and then I'll run some water through it just to test how well, how slow can I make this drip with that needle valve, and just run water through it until it clears up all the way. So I was going to use just my wife's strainer, but there's a lot of small pieces if you can see it in the camera, but there's a lot of small pieces here that I didn't want to lose them, and so I put this screen. I'm gonna flush this over this screen and bucket, and then that way I can catch the small pieces that come out of the strainer. And I'm just going to flush this with a bunch of water, kind of stir this up. And the last time I did this, it took a lot of water. So I'm just going to keep doing it and keep doing it for a while and try to get as much of that charcoal dust off as I can. Then I will put it in the filter, and we'll run water through the filter. See if we can get it all flushed out and running clear. Now I'm just going to put all this charcoal in here down to the bottom. And I feel like I'm definitely, let me close this up just in case. And I definitely feel like I'm going to need to get some more charcoal, but we'll get going with this. And I ran about 50 gallons through this when I was flushing it over the 5-gallon bucket, about 10 bucketfuls. And it got pretty clear, but I know it didn't get absolutely clear, so I'm going to start running water through this. And I'm making a mess on the floor. And I'm just going to run water through this. I'm going to put a 5-gallon bucket down there instead of that 1-gallon jug. I'm going to get a white bucket so that I can see just how clear it's getting. And I'm going to be able to test exactly how much I can put in this filter. All right, so let's test it. Open it up a little. So I can get it to like 1 drip per second if I want. That's how slow I can make it. So that's great. I'm never going to run it that slow, I don't think. But yeah, this is not bad. You can see that there's still a lot of dark color in there from the charcoal. So, you know, it's going to take several flushes, I think, to get this to run clear. But yeah, I'm liking it. Now, as far as the volume that I was able to put in, it was just under 1 gallon. So, doesn't hold quite as much as I wanted, but that's all right. It's almost 1 gallon. That's good enough for me. Now, I think that I'm going to run into a couple of issues with this filter that I'm going to have to address. One of them being when I pour in the water, all that charcoal wants to float up to the top. And so I'm probably going to get some copper scrubbies and push them down from the top, kind of compacting the charcoal into its space and not allowing it to float back up. So that's one change I'm probably going to make, and I'll order those. I don't have any. And the other is that I'm going to probably want to add more charcoal, which I talked about in the video, but I'm going to order some more. And I think this project will be finished, and we'll see. I may also, because if I ever want to increase the volume, I can add another 4-inch section of pipe to the top of that, 4 to 3 inch reducer if I want to add the amount of volume that I can filter at one time. So if you like these DIY projects, you'll probably like this playlist. It's all the DIY projects that I build for distilling. And if not, YouTube thinks you'll like this video.